After how long should you upgrade your computer, given how today's technology advances? I know, when it proves itself to be unable to do certain tasks that you need it to do. This is correct for normal human beings who do not have an immense amount of money to throw on technology every year. But how long is that? 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Well, to figure out the most probable formula of how long you should wait between upgrades, we will take into consideration the following factors. How old is your computer, or HOITC? How you use your computer, or HYUYC? How slow the computer is and if you encounter any errors, or STIA? And one of the most important ones, affordability. We will start with the first one. How old is your computer? Because technology and computer parts are evolving so rapidly year by year, so something that was top of the line 6 years ago when the Nvidia 2000 series came out, now it works, but you couldn't run very well a modern game. I mean, you can, but you cannot really enjoy it because you have to put everything on low and it will run at like 30 frames per second. A very good example is this HP Omen from 2015. It has a 2.6 GHz Intel Core i7 Generation 6 and 16 GB of RAM. Also a power-devouring GTX 965M that will play even the most complex Minecraft maps. But now it can barely open PowerPoint. No, like physically it can't, like look at this. At its time it was an okay machine, considering that the next year the 1000 series GTX GPUs would pop up. It was more of a mid-range-ish machine back in the day. Let's have a look at a checklist to see what you can play. League of Legends? Check. CSGO? Check. GTA 5? Check-ish. Dota? Check. Crysis at Ultra? Hell no. This is my friend's laptop, and he upgraded in 2023 after 8 years. The funny part is that in 2021 he was still saying what a beast of a laptop he had. Love you, man, but it was just funny how confident you were. It was also funny that he was saying how good AC Origins is playing on his computer, when he was playing at 25 FPS on low. So the lack of upgrade, I would say it's more ignorance and secondly budget, but I would go for ignorance. Now, let's pop a little bit out of the realm of actual computers. My girlfriend had this MacBook from 2013 and she upgraded in 2021 with this MacBook from 2020. But in her case, the only thing she was doing on it is just to watch TV shows and check her emails. So for her, the main point of the upgrade was that this laptop is rose gold and it looks prettier. Some computers are big and they are bound to your floor, some computers are tiny and itty-bitty small, and some computers are like this one. The HP Spectre 360X with 13-inch screen from 2017. It has an Intel Core i7 Generation 7, 8 GB of RAM, and a battery that can last you for 8 hours. Or at least it did last me for 8 hours. This was my laptop during university. And because I was only playing League of Legends, and the other thing I was doing on it is just research and writing my assignments, it was more than enough. Then I used for a while the computer that I was given from work, and then I upgraded to this Asus ZenBook Pro Duo, which, by the way, the second screen, I don't use it. It's pretty pointless, especially when you have a monitor. So it took me a good 5 years to upgrade. Based on the how old it is factor, if you don't want a game on max settings and you are fine with playing games at 30 frames per second on low, I think you can go by with something that is up to 7 years old. Even though this would be the last case scenario. Taking into consideration that you're an extremely balanced person who is only playing games sometimes and watches Netflix sometimes and also sometimes is working from his computer, I think it's safe to say that you can go 7 years without an upgrade. The second factor is how you use your computer, or HYUYC. As you can probably tell, there are different computers for different people that have different uses for them. Those uses range from 22 hours hardcore gaming sessions to browsing the internet, streaming movies, and checking your emails. I still remember the old days when a GTX 1070 was all the rage. But nowadays, it won't cut it. You can't even play Minecraft with ray tracing on it. The fact is that if you are someone who plays games more than casually, you need to have a decent enough graphics card. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is whether or not you'll be playing games on a way bigger external monitor. Nowadays, we have DLSS, frame generation, and all of those AI technologies that make your average gamer's life more bearable. It doesn't matter if you're on Team Red or Team Green with your GPUs. The fact is, there is a pattern which you need to look out for. The RTX 2000 series was released in 2018, the RTX 3000 series was released in 2020, and the RTX 4000 series was released in 2023. There is about 2-3 years gap between releases. As we are accustomed, the prices on release are astronomically high, so I would advise you to wait an extra year or even go on the used route. And you'll be surprised to find a more than decent computer with current gen hardware at almost half the price. To conclude, if you're a gamer, the time to upgrade your machine would be at around 4 years. Keeping in mind that you're a balanced person and you're playing games sometimes, most probably you'd like to enjoy yourself. At the moment, we have the how old is your computer factor, which is 7 years, plus how you use your computer, which is another 4 years. 7 plus 4, 11 divided by 2, 5.5 years at the moment. Now the third factor, how slow the computer is and if you encounter any errors. I don't know about you, but when my computer doesn't work, or it's slow, or I encounter any type of error, my blood starts boiling and I have to do breathing exercises for 2 minutes before I go ahead and fix it. So in case of constant errors or long waiting times, it doesn't matter if you're a gamer, you're just checking your emails, or you're just streaming TV shows. It becomes kind of unbearable. It's pretty hard to live like that, so the time of an upgrade it's closer than you think. Spending some money on an upgrade, it can literally save you time and save your mental sanity. Based on only this factor and taking into consideration that you're buying an average computer, I would say the upgrade time is about 4 years. Back to the formula. So now we have how old is your computer, which is 7 years, how you use your computer, which is another 4 years, if you encounter any errors on your computer or if it's slow, another 4 years, so that's 15 divided by 3, 5 years. The fourth factor is affordability. This is arguably one of the most important factors, because if you cannot afford an upgrade, you're not getting one. Although right now there are more than decent computers out there with more than decent components that can last you a few years. Of course, depending on what you are using it for. However, how I grew up is that if the computer doesn't work, you take it to the repair shop. If the guy from there cannot do absolutely anything, then you're buying a new one. But that's like the last resort. So affordability for me was the most important factor at the end of the day. And I guess it's like that for most people. A good time to upgrade your computer, I think it's around 5 years for the average person from the money perspective. If you are a budgeting freak like me, you'll think like that. Okay, so the computer is 1.5K, I have 5 years, that's 60 months, 1.5 divided by 60, so I have to save around $25 or pounds per month. And then every 5 years I can afford a new computer. Now let's go back to our formula. So we have how old is your computer, 7 years, how you use your computer, 4 years, if your computer is slow or it encounters any errors, another 4 years, and affordability, which is 5 years. It equals 20 divided by 4, it's 5 years. So there you go. 5 years, I believe it's a more than decent time when you should upgrade your computer. So there you go. Taking into consideration all these factors, I believe for the average person, 5 years, it's a more than decent time to upgrade your computer. Now, don't forget to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, ding dong the notification bell, and also leave a comment down below and tell us what you think. Is 5 years right? Also, our latest 2 videos are right here. Bye!